guys, you've got Lily Jean Berry here for Wall of Sound, talking to one of my favorite bands of all time and someone who's like pretty much tippy top of my bucket list of artists to talk to. Hi, Sam Carter from Architects. How are you?
I'm good. No pressure now. Now I've got to be. I've got
Yeah,
to be
no,
really
I
great.
mean, just need you to like make all of my interview dreams come true. No big deal. You know what? I was looking back and I was having a look at putting all of my pieces together of what I wanted to chat to you about. And I realized the last time that you guys were here in Australia, it was like a whole 3 years ago, a whole pandemic ago. You've released
Mhm.
2 albums since then. The show that you played nearly didn't even take place because we're nearly rounded
Yeah,
out at Unify in 2020. Um,
yeah,
so much has happened since then. And how excited are you to get back out here and play for us again?
yeah. We can't wait. It was really funny because for ages it was like it felt like the last. I mean, the last place we went was Australia, but we went twice. Like we did a headline tour, and then the next thing we did was the Unify Festival. And then we went from Unify to we were supposed to stay uh, in Australia after Unify to do some writing for the record. But the fires were just too much. Like there was
Yep.
those horrible fires that were going on. And where we were staying, the Airbnb where we were staying, like the woman was like, "Yeah, it's not good to come here." So we went to Bali in the end. We did some work in Bali, but
Is
yeah,
that
it's
what
mad.
ended up
Last
becoming For Those That Wish to Exist?
yeah. So like yeah, we were finishing off for those that wish to exist. Like most of it had already been done, I think. But then we were rounding stuff up and coming up with a few other songs, and then we went to Bali. So yeah, it's mad. It's mad
That's
to
so
think that we
wild.
mad to think we didn't have all those songs there.
And
2 albums
it's
plus
also
something
kind
in
of
Australia.
it's also kind of crazy to think that like I mean I know Australia in general, but Melbourne and Victoria specifically, which is where I'm from, kind of been really blessed with your time over, the end of the Holy Hell period and then that Unify show, because it really was just this
Yeah.
one off for you guys. But we also got the
Oh, we moved into Melbourne for a while. We fucking love Melbourne. We were locals.
Oh, it's the best. I genuinely still to this day say that Melbourne is the love of my life.
Mm.
But we got the very last show of the whole entire Holy Hell tour. So,
Yeah.
and then for our very next
And then
experience, yeah,
basically the last show for like 2 3 years.
is you have a plethora of new songs, two
Yeah.
albums to be exact, that we haven't heard live yet. I was
Yeah.
having a little bit of a sneaky look, and I don't know if this is taboo or not, but I did it. Had a look at the set list for what you just played on the run of shows in Germany, and there are
Mm.
just so many songs on there. Like, I think you made a comment at some point that you've got 26 tracks that you're going to play on these
Yeah.
tours. How do you get to that point? How, I know it seems like such a token question of like, how do you pick your set list? But seriously, how do you get it down to that? And what can we expect that we're going to hear from you guys?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty mad. Like I think the last one, I think it was 24. I think it was 24 songs, but it's like it's it's pretty insane to be able to
Yeah.
do that. But it's also like it's also challenging and fun. I think, having been in this band for a long time, we've got a lot of songs. And there's a
Eight
lot of
albums?
songs yeah, 10. So
10.
there's a lot of songs that people want to hear, yeah. But I mean, like, we don't go that far back, but
Okay.
we do want to put on a show. I think there's something to be said for like trying to actually give people their money's worth. I think, especially when times are hard, money's hard. You want to play a proper show, and I think yeah, it's been real joy to do it, especially like actually. I was quite inspired by seeing Paul McCartney do Glastonbury, where he did like
Yep.
three and a bit hours. I think he did like 37 songs, and I was like, all right, we've got to step it up. I mean, he's not obviously screaming and like doing all this stuff that I'm
Yes.
doing, but um,
A little less
yeah,
physically strenuous.
yeah. But it's been really fun. It's been really great actually, and yeah, seeing the reaction of people, it's been really fun. It just means other bands have got to step up now.
Yeah.
You see other bands like headline things and do like, small sets. You're like, fuck off.
You're like, nah, bro, come on. We're raising the bar. Meet us here so that we can raise it even higher.
Yeah, everyone's going to be like, please stop, we're knackered.
Well, I wanted to kind of touch on with your live performance, the sort of different elements that you have introduced with the Holy Hell tour being the last tour that we saw here. I remember at one point my friend looking over at me and like physically like pushing my jaw up because I was like, and I remember that specifically because it was like, it wasn't like there was an overwhelming amount of pyrotechnics or lights or anything like that. Everything about that set and that show just felt really perfect. It was like you all wore these, you know, black sort of suited outfits and everything was just so perfectly tight in the way that you played. And then the visuals were there and everything was simple but perfect in its simplicity. Do we see a bit more of that again, or are you going down the larger than life kind of route without giving too much away? Like, how do you continue to grow your stage presence beyond just playing your instruments?
Thanks for the compliment. Firstly, that was lovely. We try our best. The thing with our band, as I think we kind of just go from tour to tour.
Yeah,
We have to be sensible in what we do because touring costs so much money these days. I think in terms of like actually the show that I would love to put on, I don't think we could afford to put on. So we have to kind of work within what we can do really.
of course.
But I think once you're like actually delving into the length of the set as well, I think that adds to the sort of show as well because
I agree.
you have these kind of eras of what you're doing, and I think especially what we just did in the UK in Europe was yeah, I felt like that was the best that we've done really, like the best sort of stage setup, and the guys that do lights for us are so fucking amazing, and you know the whole set's so thought out and planned out, and yeah, it's nice to hear someone say it's perfect. We do try.
Like, but still to this day, since that set, have anyone ever asked me the question, "What's the best show you've ever been to?" That has been the answer every single
Yeah.
time for 3.5 years now, like hands down.
Oh, no pressure for this one then.
You're bringing out counterparts who I believe haven't been to Australia in quite a long time, and then taking out one of our biggest kind of exports at the moment, Thornhill. Do you want to talk a little bit about like either of those bands and how excited you are to play with both of them?
I don't really know Thornhill as like people. Don't really
Yep.
know them on like a friendly level, but I'm looking forward to
Fantastic
meeting them.
movie.
Counterparts we've known for a long time. Like I remember we took Counterparts on tour when I think it maybe was just even Brendan that was still actually in the
Oh,
band at that point.
shit.
This was like one of our first tours in Canada. Like they opened for us, and he was yeah they were on their first record. So yeah, we've known them for a long, long time, and we haven't actually played with them. We haven't actually played with Counterparts for a while. I think they did like a UK and Euro one that we did a while back. So yeah, it's going to be great to have them back out with us, and yeah, it's going to be fun. It's a fun lineup, and I think people, if you like heavy music, will like that lineup. Yeah, I
I
think you
think
have
so.
to.
I think so.
It's illegal not to.
And trust me, like you'll watch Thornhill on that first night and you won't be able to not watch them every other night. Like they are
Yeah,
spectacular. um
amazing.
I also wanted to touch on, obviously there's 2 albums worth of music coming out, and both of them have been quite a large leap forward for you in sound progression, and you know what you've been able to elements to add in, take out, add back in, all kinds of stuff has sort of changed. How do you feel that they kind of fit into the set, and when you're putting these 24 songs together and making, I guess, a journey of what you're going to take the punters on while they're watching you, how do you kind of get them to fit in, and how do you feel the flow of the new music sits with the old stuff?
Yeah, it's good actually. Like it's funny you said that. I was thinking about this last night. I was talking to someone about it. Like they really have a good place in the set. I
Yeah.
think especially it's funny, like going to Germany and like obviously now going to Australia. They were like the last time like, playing Animals for the first time, like in Australia. It's mad because you're like
Yeah.
because it's such a big song and such a big part of our band, but there's so many places that we haven't been able to play that song yet.
Yep.
And when you play songs like that and you play like Black Lungs and Deep Fake and stuff, it's like a fucking war going off in the venue. You know, it's so fun because you know you've got this like especially like now where we're at, like as you say, like we're so focused on making everything sound as good as it can be,
Yeah.
and being the best musicians we can. Now it goes off when you play when you play stuff like that. So yeah, it's been fun. And I mean, on the last tour as well, like we never played, anything off of the newer record
Yeah.
live until the last tour. So yeah, we're warmed up now, so we'll be able to put on a proper show. But yeah,
Getting you at a good time.
it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also,
Yeah.
you got to be, you don't want to play too much of the new record. You want to be able to play a lot of stuff that other people,
We
love
also
as well.
haven't,
So you have to,
yeah, we haven't heard anything off For Those That Wish to Exist, and we have a whole new record after that. So I know it must be like
yeah,
a challenge. And as much as I want to, sure, there's plenty of old songs I want to hear. I want all these to have
yeah,
a moment as well. And I'm
yeah.
so glad you touched on animals, because it's actually my last question for you. So I've gone out at a bar or whatever, and they're playing heavy music, and Animals has come on, and I've watched all of these people go absolutely fucking bazonkers when this song goes off. Like, what is it like? Do you still get excited to play that for the first time to people? Because I feel like we're going to go insane.
It's one of those things. It's like, it's funny. Like, no matter how good the show is in your head, I'm just like, this is going to go off.
Oh my God, that
It's going to be.
siren noise,
It's going to be.
like,
It's going to be the best bit in the set. Like, it just feels, yeah. That, and when we were young as well. Like, when we were
oh
young,
my God.
funny. Like when we were young. Yeah, I think so. When we were young, as yeah, that and Animals together, it's a good ending.
Are they
Really good
played
ending.
together?
They're close to each other for sure.
Oh.
They just moved in together.
Oh, nice new first step for them.
Yeah.
Well, that makes me so excited. If you haven't picked up a ticket, like, what the actual heck are you doing? Get one
Honestly.
now. I'm going to two. If I can go to two, you can go to many. Sam, thank you
What
so
ones
much.
are you coming to?
I'm coming to Melbourne and Sydney, and
Nice.
yeah, going with one of my dear friends. I think they're 2 days apart, so very much
Cool.
looking forward to it.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thanks so much, Sam. We'll see you in just a couple of weeks.
Yeah, thank you so much. A great interview.
Thank you.